Hi guys! I'm going to walk you through a couple of my tarot decks today. I'm going to do two or three probably. As most of you already know, I am working very heavily with the Nicoletta Holy Tarot. This spring I'm going to work with this deck only for my working and my reading until probably June, until another turn of the wheel and it's summer. So then I will pick another deck to work with. But I kind of wanted to show a little bit of love to some of my other decks that don't get used quite so often. The first one that I want to show you is called the Kingdom Within Tarot. Oops. And it is an absolutely gorgeous deck. The cardstock is nice and it's sturdy. The box is amazing. The book that it comes with is also amazing. I'm not sure what I did with it. It's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, I see it, but it's under a bunch of stuff. Full of text. I have been looking for a bag to carry this one in, just because this box is kind of cumbersome and awkward. But it is, if you're just storing it, if you're not using it very often, this is a perfect place to store your deck. Onto the cards. I'm going to kind of shift my computer screen down here so that you guys can see it. Here is what the back of the cards look like. This deck leans a lot toward astrology and Kabbalah, both of which I have no experience with at all. So that is part of the reason why I have not worked very much with this deck. Both Kabbalah and astrology are things that are on my list as far as things that I would like to explore, but I have not done so as of yet. So I'm just going to show you some of these cards. I didn't pick out my favorites or anything like that. I'm just kind of going to go through them a little bit. I did photograph some of these for Instagram, and they, as any of you that follow me on Instagram know, they photograph really well. The colors are really vibrant. They've got so much symbolism. These are some juicy cards. And it seems to kind of pull from a lot of different, I mean, some of them look quite like the Rider-Waite-Smith format. Others don't. The art kind of varies on some of these. This one looks a little bit more childlike and cartoonish, whereas, this one looks a little bit more realistic, I suppose. And then this one looks, very Catholic in nature. But yeah, I mean, these are some of my favorite cards to photograph, just because the colors are so great and they stand out so well against, if you put them up against a black background, they are just gonna really pop and catch your eye. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you these. I'm gonna grab the book so that I can show you how much text is actually in the book. This is what the book looks like. It's pretty substantially sized, but then there is, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a lot of text and pictures as well of the cards, which is also helpful. So that's the first deck I wanted to show you. I'll just read the back of the box for you. It says, remove spiritual blindfolds by solving mysteries of the soul through the visionary art and interpretations of Juno and Shannon, with archetypal roots in every image, from the ancient systems of astrology and Kabbalah to humanity's universal archetypes and sacred myths. This tarot deck is crafted to help you reclaim your own personal truth, not only a practical method of divination, the Kingdom Within Tarot is an accurate map to guide you in remembering and reawakening to the absolute and divine, and ultimately restoring your own kingdom within. So that is the first deck I wanted to show you. The second deck I want to show you, which one do I want to do? I did count my decks earlier, and I have over 50 total. Actual tarot decks, I have 28. So it's getting kind of ridiculous. I'm a collector. I'm going to show you the Vampire Tarot by Robert M. Place. And this is another one where the book and the box are very sturdy. The book is huge. Lots and lots of text on this one as well. This one is a very literary deck. So it's all based on Bram Stoker's Dracula. One thing, if I can, I'm going to tell you one thing that I do not like about this deck is that the corners are not rounded at all. I don't know why, but that really is quite unnerving for me for one reason or another. No big deal, but like I said, this doesn't get used very often. But as far as artwork goes, this is probably one of my absolute favorite decks that I own. It's just so different from anything else that I own. Look at this artwork. Isn't that just unbelievable? I absolutely love it. Now the suits in this deck are different than the suits in the normal deck. I believe there's daggers. Yeah, I think there's daggers. There's holy water. I mean, any lover of literature, here's the death card, or lover of, you know, any of Bram Stoker's work, this novel, even, you know, even just any of the dark, macabre arts and works can appreciate this deck. There's the Wheel of Fortune. I do want to show you, ooh, look at the world. The world is always cool. That's one of my favorite cards, I think. Oh, okay, so we've got knives. We've got holy water. Stakes. We've got stakes is one of them, and then the other one, let me see if I can find the Knave of Knives. I've photographed this one before. There was a poem behind this. It's the Nightmare of Life and Death. Oh, I love it. It just really speaks to my avid reader within Van Helsing. The Lovers is cool. I gotta find out what this is. I can't remember what they call it. I'm just gonna look really quick, hopefully. Here's Strength. That's kind of a neat card. Ooh, the Three of Knives. Stunning. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? Oh, they're garlic flowers. I remember now. They're garlic flowers is what they are. Anyway, kind of a neat novelty deck. The back of the card says, the Vampire Tarot is a beautifully rendered, fully realized tarot that explores the legend of the vampire, starting with Bram Stoker's classic 1897 novel Dracula, as well as the writings that inspired Stoker and the vampire lore that derived from Stoker's work. Author-illustrator Robert M. Place brings the two mythic traditions of tarot and vampire lore together in this soon-to-be classic tarot. Included are a four-color, fully illustrated 78-card deck and an extensively researched book that guides the reader through the subtleties and parallels within the vampire tarot, providing a guide for getting the most out of readings. I just think it's cool. This is one, a lot of my decks I picked up at a secondhand bookshop that has a pretty sizable occult section. And a lot of times they'll have used tarot decks that are barely used. Like this is one of them that I picked up there for half price. So I thought that was kind of nice. Okay, and then actually the next one I'm going to show you is another score from the Half Price bookstore. It is called Ananda Tarot, and I haven't seen this one around at really anywhere. When I look it up, you know, of course I find images of it, but I haven't seen many people talk about it. I know it's an older tarot deck. Again, a pretty sizable book with lots of text. And pictures of the cards as well. That's always nice. And actually I do go to this book quite often to get kind of a fresh look at some of the meanings in here have strayed quite a ways from your traditional tarot meanings, and I enjoy what they have to say about it. You know, their different look at things. This is one that I use more just for myself. The backs of the cards are gorgeous. It almost looks like a door or something. Again, can't tell whether or not they are reversed, but and then the images are kind of a light, I'm not even sure if you guys can see that, kind of a light watercolor almost look to them. Some of them are a little more in detail. All of them are very detailed paintings, but I just absolutely love this deck. It's a very spiritually attuned deck in my opinion. The majority of the images are very detailed. We've got flames. It does bother me a little bit that there aren't, like, I don't do very well with Roman numerals, so the fact that there aren't any actual numbers on them is a little unnerving for me as far as reading for anybody other than myself. But Eight of Cups is very cool. I probably should have gone through and picked out my favorite cards or something, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys a taste of a few of the decks in my collection that I'm really proud to say that I own, and that I don't know a whole lot of people that own them. Here's the Death card, very important, my favorite card in the deck. The Knight of Spheres. And then I'll show you a few more. Here's the Lovers is beautiful. We've got Flames. That's a good card right there. The Queen of Swords, very important card to some people. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's on the front of the book. And this one came in kind of a plastic, almost like a box that you would get like a book on tape in. So it's kind of a heavy plastic. It does come apart, you know, pretty easily, but all around a very sturdy box to hold your deck in. And this is another one that I've been meaning to find a bag or box for, but just haven't found the right one. The back of this box says, Ananda Tarot, typically the language of images and symbols as their conveyor shows what endures over time and reveals to us an almost forgotten wisdom. The world of imagery directly reaches the world of our soul and makes possible a natural access to knowledge buried within ourselves. Anyway, I'll shift you up here so I can say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will have another video up here soon. Maybe I'll walk you through some more of my tarot decks. Maybe I'll pull out a few oracle decks that I'm rather fond of. Let me know in the comments if you have any constructive criticism or any ideas that you would like to see on my channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you.